Now what's happening?
Get a cost of living raise. If you don't get a cost of living raise every year, that means each year you're making less money. Now you've already taken a job getting paid less than what you're worth because you're trying to put food on your table. You're trying to work yourself up, pull yourself up by your bootstraps to be able to buy a home. But each year without a raise, you're making less and less money, which is pulling you away from the American dream. So we look at the numbers. We're talking about in 3 years, a house would normally have cost an average middle class house $285,000. Today is $416,000. Not quite double, but it's up there. But during those 3 years, you didn't even get a cost of living raise.
Man, don't
And
even get
then,
started. Don't get started.
oh
Go
my
ahead.
goodness.
Go ahead. Go
And
ahead.
then most people, and the way the companies really get you, they'll throw you a bonus. They'll give you $1,000 at the end of the year and expect you to be happy. Hey, happy. But you're making less money. You're making less money each year. Each year. And so that dream of home ownership, remember, the statistics say that a home for most people is the most expensive thing that you will
Yeah,
buy in your lifetime.
that's
Well,
true.
uh, now the most expensive thing you're going to buy in a lifetime is probably a car. Think
Mm.
about that. A car. It's crazy, isn't it?
Well,
It's crazy.
you hit two key points. One, the cost of living raise. Now they've been given 2%. Oh, and now if you lucky, you might get 3%. That's if you're lucky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, but when you price in inflation, here, right? They were just saying this that now they increased the regular wages up to $12,
Uh-huh.
$15, but when you price in inflation, it feels like you're making $5 an hour
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you price in inflation, and then you hit the car. Don't get me started. Why does a car cost $80,000? Why? First of all, why does a Ford Focus cost
Come on now.
$50,000?
Come on now. Come on. Come
A
on.
Ford Focus.
But hold on. Hold on. I got something for you with that Ford Focus.
Mm.
So Ford has decided to do you a favor. Yes. Yes, it costs $50,000, but now you can get 10 years to pay for it. Yes, you can get 10 years to pay off your
No.
Ford Focus. Yes, you
Now,
can.
now I remember. You remember they had the 5 year.
Yes.
Then they started 6. They
Yeah.
creeped up onto the 7. You telling me they at 10 now?
Listen, when I was younger, when I was a young man in
Oh
my
man.
20s, it was three
Oh
years.
no.
Anything
Oh
longer than
no.
3 years was unheard of.
That is
Three
true.
years, that was unheard of.
That
They're at
is
10
true.
years. 10 years. Can you imagine 10 years for a car note?
Wow.
That is so sad. I think, as we started off talking about the housing issues and being able to buy a home and that type of thing, but it's directly related to the economy.
Yes.
It's directly related to wages. It's directly connected to the working poor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really get around that because it also speaks to fairness.
Well, I
Fairness.
don't know how, and and I'm not singing out the single parent, men,
Oh my
women, no
goodness.
matter what. I don't know how you do it.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
No, okay. The average single parent makes about $60,000 a year. Okay,
If they're lucky.
is it
If
lucky?
they're lucky.
Is it
Yeah.
lucky? But if you have a $12, 12.50, that's about 35,000, maybe
Yeah.
40. Okay.
Yeah.
How can you afford to send your kid, let's say you got one, to camp for the summer when the camp costs $1,500?
Can't do it.
So if you making $40,000, $1,500 is basically half of a month or almost a full month's salary.
Well, first of all, if you're making that type of money, you either have to have a second job
Yep, yeah, yeah.
or you got to have that side hustle,
That's
right? You got to have that side hustle.
or or
You,
or or
yeah.
you or you got a support system. Maybe
What,
they can stay with their cousin.
well, as a single parent, you have to have the support system no matter what. Because, kids, there is no summer camp. You hopefully, you might even be able to get them into summer school. Or some type of program like that, or the boys club, or the YMCA, or
Yeah,
or
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. There are programs like that, especially in the inner city and in impoverished neighborhoods. There are different programs like that. Even though those programs are running low on money, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for that, but I'm telling you, in the
It's rough.
society
It's
today,
rough. It's
you
rough.
talking single parent, and you said single parent with one child, but the norm is more like two or three children.
Don't. Oh Jesus, Jesus.
Oh, and
I
and,
mean,
and
no,
some.
no. I'm
Oh
my
my
heart.
goodness.
My heart goes out because I'm like, because everything is so. A Happy Meal is $8.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean,
I
that
mean,
is just. Oh
you
yeah.
go to McDonald's. You got to take a loan just to go to
Yeah.
McDonald's now.
Yes. 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 I know
you
about it. I know
you got to
about it.
get a you got to. Matter of fact, you can't even use the debit card. You got to break out the Visa or Mastercard. you got to
Listen.
you got
Listen.
to charge it
Listen.
to go to McDonald's.
Gas had got so high for a minute there. You pull up to McDonald's, you just give them a cup of gas. You just say, "Hey, take a cup of gas, and we'll call it even."